Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Equity Guys pre-market video. My name is Chirag. I am NISM certified technical analyst, and let's get into the video for today. So, as we discussed yesterday, the market did go up, and it was a buy on dip type of market. So, looking at the data for today, Nifty futures, Bank Nifty futures, both trading at a premium of 7 points and 192 points respectively. So bullish data coming in from the futures segment over there. Looking at India VIX is definitely up 1.32%. So some bearishness definitely coming into the market from India VIX after a pretty long period of time. And crude oil also showing some amount of bearishness by it being up 0.96%. So, but overall crude levels is below the pre-COVID low. I mean pre-COVID high, which is 6,500 levels. Looking at gold and silver bees extremely up. Gold up almost 2.5%, and silver bees up 3%. Now coming over to Gift Nifty again is showing a slight gap down of about 22 points. Slight gap down to about a neutral open is what I would say. Uh, so let's see if those gap downs will sustain or if we will again be going up today. So looking at the important sectors like IT, BankX, auto, metals, all metals slightly being down, but all of the others are fairly up. And I would say the overall view on sectors is on the bullish side of things. Looking at the NSE website, we do see there are about only about 1,383 advances and about 1,729 declines, giving us a slightly bearish data here. Looking at our FII DI activity, FIIs have stopped selling the usual amount. They're coming down in the amount that they're selling. DI is purchasing a huge lump sum amount of about 5,000 crores in the cash market here. This is a fairly good data coming in from both FIIs and DIs. But looking at the index futures, FIIs are selling 1,000 crores in the index futures and about 300 crores in the stock futures. So possibly the FIIs could be entering the market sometime soon because of how Nifty is moving on the upside. Looking at the advanced decline ratios, Nifty doing extremely well with about 31 advances and only 19 declines. Bank Nifty with 10 advances and only 2 declines over there. Finally, moving over to the option chain. Today is an expiry day, so we can expect a huge amount of volatility or extreme amounts of range bound. As you can see, the option chain is bullish in nature because on the left side calls we do see buying in the money and selling in out of the money, and actually mostly a little bit of buying in out of the money too. And on the left side we do see selling in both in and out of the money here. So looking at this data, 2500 is a good support that the market can come down to and take and then move back up. It is very important to keep this 2500 levels as a good support region for us to in the market so that we can market in the mother index. Moving over to the global indices, we do see that the US is fairly positive. Nasdaq up almost 0.71%, S&P 500 up 0.36%, and Dow Jones down about 1.4%, but still overall positive view on the United States over here. DAX, FTSE, and CAC all looking very negative. In fact, CAC down almost 1.36%, FTSE down 0.13%, and DAX fairly neutral over here. Now, moving over to the Asian markets, we do see that Nikkei is up 0.6% on the open, and then we do see Kospi is actually not open yet and is up, but was up was up 2.7% here. Moving over to Indian ADRs. Indian ADRs are seeing a good amount of buying now. We do see almost 3% in Infosys, 1.53% in Wipro, and then we see a neutral amount, I mean, not buying or just a small bit of selling in ICICI Bank, but HDFC Bank is seeing almost 1.5%. So, extremely good data from Indian ADRs over here. looking at the stock futures are down in the US. Not extremely down, but down by just about 0.1 to 0.15% in that range. So this should also be a little bit of negative sentiment in the market today. We do see the nature of Nikkei, it being a gap up, coming down to fill the gap and then moving back up again as sort of a V-shaped market here. This could possibly happen in the Indian markets too, as it is the expiry day for the Indian markets. So getting into the actual view for today, we can see that there was 3 days of extreme buying and extreme uptrend here. So today is an expiry day. Today could be a pretty boring expiry day. It could go extremely range bound, where you form an inside candlestick pattern in this area here. Another thing is, if there is an inside candlestick pattern here, and if it does form a harami type of pattern, and we do see a breakout of the harami, we can move on the upside, and it would give you, a massive move on the upside here. So possibly a red candlestick pattern being formed here would be pretty good for today. But keeping that in mind, guys, please don't trade the view. Go ahead and trade your setup. Go ahead, trade one time frame and one index, and don't trade your emotions. And hope you guys have a great day trading. I will see you guys tomorrow for the next day's view. Thank you so much.